In the market for premium dice and accessories? Look no further than metallicdicegames.com for all your gaming needs. Save 10% off your purchases by using the promo code RBP10 at checkout. Check out the fantastic selection of dice and accessories today and use the promo code RBP10 to save 10% off any purchase anytime. Happy gaming from the Rancor's Brothel. Enjoy the show.
Warning, this podcast contains mature content, including scenes or descriptions of graphic violence, sexuality, and psychological trauma. Listener discretion is advised.
The Rancor's Brothel presents Impossible Landscapes. A Delta Green campaign by Dennis Detweiler.
Was that?
I'm not real sure what that was.
Start over 10 more seconds.
No, that you up your 10 seconds. I was trying to get
Well, no, I was yawning, and I don't know if that was a burp. It was like a burp feel, but it was all like right here.
Cody's
it just was
dying.
like creaking doors. It's like, I don't think I couldn't do. You put a gun to my head. I couldn't do that again.
Well, got 9 good seconds.
Yep, that'll have to do.
Last time was exciting.
Yep. What happened?
Nothing important.
Somebody went swimming in another hotel room.
It was the same hotel room. It was just from 40 years prior.
Sure,
Maybe.
that's what it was.
60 years prior.
I believe we left you off at breakfast-ish.
Were we at Denny's?
No, I believe you were in the the continental breakfast,
Hell yeah.
which we debated how you actually got in here and how you're going to charge it to a room that doesn't exist, but we'll get to that.
We're
never
dining and dashing.
It's continental. You don't have to pay
What
for
hotel
that.
have you been to that they've stopped you and said, "I'm sorry, can I see your room key"?
I don't know. There's, look up the Boxer Hotel. It's
Do you
quite
know
nice.
who I
mean,
am?
as long as you don't go in there looking homeless, they're probably not even going to question it.
Uh-oh.
Any question?
So, you keep having new characters, so my apologies. I don't memorize your names because it seems like a useless waste of time. Gideon, Adrian, and Reginald, you're still having breakfast, sitting around the table deciding what you want to do for the day. Flynn, what is the date? Do you have that?
I don't know.
Troy was keeping good notes, too, because I want to say that we were talking about, like, the 11th, maybe?
It was the 8th when we started. Hasn't been that many. We haven't gone any days, have we? Actually,
From when?
September 8th was Trevelino Mall. So, this is probably the 10th?
I have the 8th down. Was that not? I thought that was the date that group B started.
If
Oh.
the 8th is the day of the mall, then today would be the 9th.
Okay.
So for you, Daniel,
No, we would have spent the 9th doing what we just did. Today should be the 10th.
Yeah.
We're
If that's-
waking up the next morning. It should be the 10th.
Because Trevelino took place at night at 11 o'clock. If that was the night of the 8th, day after we found
woke
out
up
about
at
it,
night on the 9th.
went to the Boxer, spent the night. It's the 10th.
Yeah.
we'll go with the 10th. I think there's a little bit of wibbly wobbly timey wimey. So for you, Daniel, probably the 8th. What I sent you. So we'll say it's the morning of the 10th. Is there anything that you three would like to discuss? Anything you want to preliminarily talk about?
I mean, I think that we've kind of decided to head back to the Dorchester. Kind of go in the same we did before.
You're soft.
I am.
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't feel it.
It looks a little... For those of you at home, Troy grabbed his groin when he said that, which I thought was a pretty good joke, and they missed that
got
being
to
an
semi.
audio podcast.
Going back to Dorchester, just kind of going in saying, "Hey, we're with the program," like following up on the four that were just here, and kind of with the aim of staying the night. I think we want to stay the night to see what happens because supposedly something happens at night. Maybe
According to Crazy Ed.
Gideon, Adrian, other input for this morning?
I mean, I think that's what we were talking about.
I mean, if we
clearly, I'm interested now in seeing if Crazy Eddie knows more than he used to. Does he know our original group's dead now? He might.
that would be interesting.
And who are you calling Crazy Eddie?
I don't remember the guy's name.
Ed West.
I'm just making sure. I'm making sure you know.
Crazy Eddie's car sales.
So if it's the morning now and our intention is to stay over, we should probably go maybe mid to late afternoon. So how do we want to fill the time before then? So I think we have some other leads. We have some things that we can follow up on.
As if by narrative convenience, a young man approaches the table, probably early 20s. I'm going to imagine very beanpole-esque.
Oh shit, does he work for the hotel? Be cool, guys, be cool.
They know.
I don't want to straight up say frail, but definitely on the definitely looks like a good strong wind would blow him over. He approaches the table, looking at the three of you.
Adrian, Gideon,
Weird guy.
don't remember your name.
Weird guy.
Do I recognize this man?
Not in the slightest.
Is that you? I don't remember your name. Is that you? You these fellas? You're the description that I got, or you looked at the description that I got.
Have a seat.
And as you say that, I'm going to basically throw this file on the table, and it's top secret is what it says on the folder. Says
I put a plate of pancakes on top of it. Hungry? It wouldn't be pancakes. It's like the fresh made
waffles.
Waffles.
Yeah,
waffle maker.
They
Do
don't
not
have,
confuse waffles with
never
pancakes.
figure out how to make those things properly.
Must have waffles forthwith.
says I got a new directive for you, and
Waffles
I'm
is
supposed to assist.
pancake with a syrup trap.
Don't know where these orders came from, but my boss seemed to tell me to follow through with them.
Who's your boss?
You wouldn't know him. I'm from a few states over.
Neat. Me too.
I got orders to tell you that updated orders at the house and all those within is the new primary directive. Investigate thoroughly. I don't know what this house is, but what the orders came this manuscript, and I can read it for the crowd or for the audience. I guess we don't have a crowd.
Are you starting to read this out loud in the middle of the boxer?
I would start to, yes.
I'm going to rip it out of your hands and say,
Hey, what's the big deal?
You should have a seat.
I'm already sitting.
You didn't say you were sitting.
Yeah.
lower.
When he offered me pancakes,
Why are you so tall?
I threw the folder on the table when he put the pancakes down. I sat down. I'm already
I
sitting.
take the folder out. I put it face down in front of me. You need to explain what's going on.
I've given you all the information I know.
Who's your boss?
Mr. Falcone, of course.
And
his profession is
Gangster.
He's the boss.
of.
The Falcone family.
Shut the up and let him answer. Jesus.
Son was murdered by Batman.
I just want to let you guys know out of game that Falcone is one of my bonds, so it's not in-game stuff.
okay.
So,
Fair enough.
So this is
He
no
says.
one we recognize.
Yes, none of you at this point have any idea what this scrawny, slightly pale.
the orders
Man,
didn't come from Mr. Falcone. They came from someone else. Falcone just he just told me to follow through with these orders. So
I am
he's the one who pays the bills, you know. So
Just-
Again, I'm like, what does Mr. Falcone do?
well, let's just say he's an extortionist.
What?
A little more truth than I was expecting.
He's a criminal.
Okay.
Should we trust this? I don't think we should trust this guy.
Should we have this conversation elsewhere?
So,
I'm fine with this.
There's no reason for me not to be honest with you guys, because I mean, he's a very powerful man. He's not.
So this powerful man said, "Go to the Boxer Hotel. You will find."
No, I got orders. Someone called me on the phone. No idea who it was. Won't answer.
What'd this person sound like?
He was a man. That's really all I can tell you. I don't really have any other details.
You can get his name.
He won't answer my questions. Phone call lasted 2 or 3 minutes.
What did the man say?
He told me I needed to leave immediately to go to the Boxer Hotel as support for a mission in progress.
Okay.
He gave me names and descriptions of you fellas, and gave me the new directive, which was to investigate thoroughly all those within the house. And a few minutes later, there was a knock on my door.
So someone called you and gave you information to come find us. What does Falcone have to do with this?
I followed up with my boss because I was like, hey, there's something, something weird going on. And he was like, yeah, follow through with the orders.
Okay.
He didn't seem surprised that those orders came through.
Well, no, I mean, he never really does. He just, like he knew that it was supposed to happen. I don't know.
I don't know if I trust this guy.
The voice on the phone, what did it sound like? It was a man's voice.
It was a man's voice. I don't know what else to tell you.
If he were to interject things, since I sent this to him as a text message, the voice would probably sound deep, curt, refuses to answer any questions, very abrupt and short in terms of words.
Okay, so it's our seer phone guy.
It's possible. Yeah.
Did he sound like this?
Sound like he wore
That shrug is probably inaccurate.
He sound like he was wearing a hood and a mask.
You sound like he was underwater.
Did hear some muffled screamings in the background. I don't know what that was about.
I heard some. Help me, I'm drowning.
What's your name?
My name's Frankie. You can call me Frank for short.
For you guys, I have added an item called attached memo in the drive. You don't have to look at it now. He does have a physical copy, and I think the physical copy is important.
Sure.
But if you are pulling the file out and looking at it at the table, if you don't want to take the physical copy that I've given Daniel, you also have a digital copy.
Do you want me to read this not out loud in game, but read it out loud for the listeners?
If we're going to read it for the listeners, I would appreciate it if the second part was acted out, which is why I've shared it with everybody.
Why don't we just wait until we go to a place to where we can?
Yeah, let's wait till we get into
Because I don't think even we would read this thing.
We're not
in
opening
silence. Yeah.
it at the waffle table.
We're just gonna bring this guy along. He works for a crime family.
Well, of course. I was told to come support.
I'm
That's
gonna
what
look
I'm here to do.
At
We gotta
just
test
like
him or
the
something.
front of the file, it says top secret. Do I see any sort of program insignia or suggestion or?
You are seeing you have bureaucracy, right?
Yeah,
What's your bureaucracy score?
60.
It's not faked. Whatever this is the stampings, the markings. This is a top secret document similar to the Deuxième Bureau file that you have, the Delta Green file. This is legit. This is not something that some huckster saw you guys off the street and marked. This is...
So I recognize this as the program.
You'd have to dig into it a little bit further. You definitely recognize it from your bureaucracy as an official top secret document.
Okay.
It's not somebody who
Okay.
bought a top secret stamp off Times Square and stamped a file folder.
Okay.
It also seems a little old, not like super old, but it definitely is not new paper.
Where'd you get this?
It arrived at my door. And I told you guys this after the phone call, a couple minutes. It packaged at my door.
How long ago?
2 days ago.
It wasn't sealed in anything. It was loose file folder.
Yeah, this is everything that you have right there is what I got.
Didn't break a seal. You didn't. It wasn't.
Well, I had to open up the package to get these papers.
So there
out.
was a package.
There's a folder that says top secret on it. This was in the folder.
Was
Okay.
the folder in a mailer, like a UPS?
Yeah, that's when you
what-
say
I think
package. I'm
that's what he's
thinking like
asking.
it was
Sorry.
in a bubble envelope.
I'm assuming it was a
It's literally those documents in a file folder.
Okay.
There
Okay.
wasn't UPS.
It was not
there
physically
was no,
mailed.
Correct.
It was
There was
dropped
no
off.
UPS package.
That's what we're
there
trying
was
to figure
no-
out.
That's because my mind's going back to our.
I'm assuming it was in
invitation.
an envelope that said top secret on it, and so I would have opened it and
And that's what we have. So
Yes.
Not stamped.
what
to have been
he's
mailed.
holding right now is contained.
correct.
Okay.
Anything else in the envelope other than the file?
You'd have to ask him, but the answer would be no.
no. There's nothing else in the envelope.
But yes, just peeking into it, looking at the envelope, looking at the file folder, there are certain insignias in terms of top secret, the way they're annotated, blah, blah, blah. You have a high enough bureaucracy, you've probably seen at least some secret documents before.
Do we want to take this back up to the room?
Yeah.
Probably should. There's a page missing.
Yeah,
There's
we'll
a
go
lot of
back up
pages
to,
missing.
616. For some reason.
I don't know.
It's feeling like home now.
I mean, it's the one base of operations right now that we have.
We could
Or the
just go to
closest-
the car
Closest thing.
That's true. We could just go to the car.
in case we need to get away.
We're just gonna trust this guy. He shows up out of nowhere.
Um,
He's either working with our new phone buddy, or the old phone buddy.
Hey, I'm just here to help, support. What do you guys need?
let's step outside.
I got lots of skills. What do you guys need?
Let's step outside.
Who would win in the fist fight? Lend me your god.
Huh?
Who would win in the fist fight? Lend me your god.
I don't know, man. I don't know these people.
Trick question, dickhead. Lend me his god.
Anyways, can we continue on with? I don't even know fully why I'm here. I just got told to come here.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go out to the car. I'm gonna keep an eye on him, keep him in front of me.
Okay.
When we get out, I'm gonna
Take
is there
out my
anyone
gun.
around?
I mean, you're in downtown Boston. It's morning, so yes.
Okay.
You probably aren't parked on the street. You might be in a parking garage of some sort.
Okay.
Maybe in an underground parking garage.
I'll just kind of take him by the shoulder and say, between like two cars next to our car, just need to pat you down real quick.
For what?
Do you have any sense of how fucking weird this is?
You're making it weird.
You showing up knowing our descriptions and with this weird file folder just where it's supposed to trust you as if we know you?
And then admitting you work for a crime family?
So I'm going to
That's
go
my
ahead
boss.
and pat him down.
Checking for wires?
Pat, pat, pat. Check for wires.
Are you wearing any wires, Daniel?
No wires.
Again, this would have been less weird in the hotel room.
Are you are you concealing anything?
I do not have anything on me at
Do you
the
have any
moment.
weapons?
No weapons.
All right. Anything else you're looking for, Flynn? Do you have a wallet?
Yes.
Okay. you find
I
a
check the wallet. ID.
Is the ID the ID of your
It
name?
says Frankie Fontaine on it. 23-year-old male.
It's a good picture.
Probably not. It probably looks more like a mugshot.
Okay. What state?
We'll say I didn't make it up because I didn't know how long it took me to get here until just now.
It's whatever you want. The time frame changes depending on what you choose.
Well, okay. Well, I came from Maine, just north of Massachusetts.
Anything else in your wallet?
Probably some credit cards and a couple $20 bills.
Okay.
A condom
Your
that you're not
Amazon Prime card's gonna
condom
expire
that you're
soon.
not supposed to keep in your wallet. Probably my social security card because you're not supposed to keep that in your wallet either.
Wait. Are we talking about Frankie's wallet or Daniel's wallet?
Yes.
My wallet.
At this
Is your
point, you're just
social
describing-
security card in there?
No.
Daniel says no.
I don't
but-
even have.
Better check the date on that rubber.
This is my wallet is. It's just credit.
Is that a Ridge wallet?
I don't know.
Looks like a Ridge wallet. Sponsor.
I can't even fit my social security card in there without bending it all up.
We'll also take sponsors from Trojan. Just saying.
And
Oh,
Mudwater.
fuck yes, we will. I don't care if it's Trojan or not. Condom company? That sounds like a prime rank course brothel sponsor.
None of our listeners are using condoms.
All of our listeners are smarter and more educated than us. I assume they're also getting laid more than we are.
Well, I mean,
Because
Not
we're doing this every
a
other
high
weekend.
bar. I'll invite our new friend into the car.
Are you going to read the document?
I'm gonna crack open the
all right. Well,
folder.
I would like someone. Go ahead and open it up. I would like someone to read the cover page.
someone
I
else can
have-
read the cover page.
Daniel
'cause
can do Q. I need someone to do M.
And
I
then
will do
unknown.
U.
You're gonna do okay.
And then the remaining person can do the stage directions if you don't mind. We're gonna do a legit table read for Jeff.
Let me open this up. I'll do M.
So you're gonna do M. So Lucas,
Yeah.
will you do the stage directions then?
Yeah, let me open up the doc.
We will get everyone prepared.
The Human Torch was denied a bank loan.
7 slippery
Also,
soldiers.
when you read that, mention that it is page 11 of 11.
Yeah. I will.
Okay.
And that's what you blocked out?
Correct. Because when I processed this for his bit,
It's supposed to be a page number that
correct.
it printed as a page number that
It printed as a page number, and I didn't want it to.
Oh, okay.
Contrary to the fact that I put different first page footer. Lucas, are you good?
Yeah.
So M, Q, stage directions, U, Flynn, you're reading the addendum. I should note, Daniel removed this. This was paper clipped to the top of the document. So
What's my inspiration for M?
have you read all through it?
I kind of glanced.
I mean, if you read,
I get that. I mean, I get it.
Okay.
I'm just
Flynn, if you please.
Okay. Addendum, page 11 out of 11, just starts in the middle of a sentence. And on the surface, it would seem that the previous group's unspoken mandate for threat elimination, parentheses, which has been demonstrated to supersede any token assessment or comprehension beyond basic categorization, in parentheses, would apply to this interrogation. It is impossible to accurately translate subtextual evidence via this report. Having worked on this conversion project for some time, I am fully aware that this black bag organization has a substantial body count, which makes this particular interaction unique in my experience. The complete transcript of the interrogation is contained within for your review, transcribed and annotated by myself. I would strongly suggest the program ascertain the status and current whereabouts of the subject if possible. Contextual information from the contained document will greatly benefit any such investigation. Alternate holding sites have been procured for explicit program use, and the asset could provide significant insight into the actionable mandates of the preceding group, as well as additional details of this investigation in particular, presuming, of course, the interviewers never enacted their, quote, static protocol at a later date. Signed, redacted, July 12, 2013.
That was attached to this manuscript. This manuscript starts as page, I believe it's 78 of 80. I
also received a manuscript with the top page ripped off. It's stapled together. There was a page above it, but it was ripped off. So that's how I received it in the mail.
The thought would be obviously that many pages have been ripped off.
Well, yes, because it's 78 of 80, but you could tell that there was something kept.
Correct. What do I want to say? What's the word? The transcript begins. Troy.
M is Marcus, if that means anything. And how did you get back downstairs? Please describe in detail.
Quiver. I don't know how, goddammit. I've told you again and again. It was like we wished for an escape and an elevator just appeared at the end of the hall. I know it doesn't make any sense. Don't look at me like that.
What happened to the other agents assigned to Operation Alice? Did you find the girl?
I told you, we never saw her. Not really, anyways. The whole thing was foobar from the beginning. We just wanted a way out, and we found one. I dove in. I thought the others were right behind me. The next thing I remember was being in the hospital.
Oh, you actually want me to say pause?
They're waiting on you to say pause.
Pause.
How many more times are we going to go through this? What I said actually happened. There are people trapped up there. I can't explain it. I'm not f***ing crazy. Damn it, say something.
Agent, we need you to calm down. We're trying to help you.
If you're going to shoot me, just do it already. The two of you, leering at me from across the table. Put a bullet in my brain and end this already.
Pause.
I still see them. I dream about the stage, the child, the fish, the typewriter. There's a bottle with my name on it. The truth is hidden within that bottle. The answer to everything.
Thank you, Agent Quiver. That will be all for now.
A door opens. Sounds of scuffling. Incoherent mumbling. Door closes.
Are you satisfied yet? That's the 5th time in the last 3 days we've had him go through this.
Sounds of a lighter being ignited. Someone smokes.
Did his statement change?
Not as far as I can tell.
Did his statement change?
There were some minor inconsistencies, but I think...
Did his statement change?
A loud banging noise. Something strikes the surface of the table.
I don't know, Christ!
Review this statement along with the previous 4. I want a detailed report of any difference between them. This request comes from A-Cell, so I expect it in hand as soon as possible.
Understood. I'll start work on it immediately.
Pause.
Was there something else?
I just want to clarify, OPSEC from here. Is the subject to be eliminated?
Negative. Other arrangements are being made.
With all due respect, sir, the situation is clear. Based on the subject's own testimony and evidence we recovered from the apartment building, static protocol dictates immediate action be taken to prevent any potential dissemination.
Your opinion is noted, Marcus. Please send me the report as soon as possible.
Static protocol is in effect, sir. We must prevent the spread at all costs. I'll report directly to your superiors if need be.
Will you pull the trigger too?
Pause.
Where do you think my orders come from, Marcus? We've been dealing with this for decades. Your report will be a crucial part of what happens next. But based on what I've seen and heard, the potential gains outweigh the risk. Is that clear?
Pause.
Understood.
I need that report. For now, he will be relocated to a secure facility for additional observation.
I'll start working right away, but...
Pause.
You were a good man once, Marcus. Stop trying to be one, or you're going to get even more people killed.
Sounds of movement. A door opens. Closes. Sounds of movement.
Is this thing still run?
End of recording.
I don't know if Jeff's going to use that at all, but I appreciate it because it was a fun table read.
I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. Should we do it again? One more take. Maybe I could be from the south this time.
Pause.
Pause.
Sounds of movement. Is that like your father, Paul?
Pause.
Isn't that Paul?
Needed more.
Or like a dog Paul? Or
I'm not feeling motivated here.
I wasn't intending you necessarily to read the pauses, but once Daniel started it, I was going to let you do it because I knew you had to say it like 8 more times.
Supposed to say pause?
You said read the stage direction.
Yeah,
It's not technically a stage direction.
Well, I don't know theater. My bad. I just figured it would make sense for it to be
Jeff
read
can
as
either
written.
leave those pauses in, or you can cut them out and put an actual pause. It's up to you.
Yeah, I don't know. He may just add the audio. I don't know.
Throw some cool sound effects that makes it sound like it's like on a recorder or something.
We also could completely redo that at a later date, but I thought for the effect, it was nice to table read it for us.
Sure.
Well, I mean, if I may, shouldn't he be Quiver?
Yep.
What do you mean he was Quiver?
I was Quiver.
It was Quiver.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
For a future recording? Possibly. So there you go. You all review the files. That's all there is. As Daniel said, it appears as if it's torn off from a larger body of work. The last few pages are 78, 79, and 80 of 80.
Can I see the lists of the names that you printed off the other day?
Is this something you made?
You tell me.
Well, I don't think Dennis Detweiler listened to our recording of Night Floors and specifically tailored that conversation.
How do you know?
I'm pretty sure.
He's a big fan.
He's a maybe moderate fan.
Yeah,
He might get a T-shirt.
I was wondering if it was like something written. I mean, obviously not this directly, but if something like this was written for if someone survived.
Good.
Well, sure. But I mean, there were definitely obviously Quiver and the specific details.
Yeah, and that's why I said Cody was a dickwad, because they got delivered to my new character from my old character from like 5 years ago.
Well, don't die.
He didn't die.
No.
Well, he might be dead. But...
Your old character.
Your old character.
Oh.
From this
Well,
game.
Don't be waking up people in the hotel room when they're trying to sleep.
Don't wake up my friends while I'm swimming.
All right, so we got to go to this house. Yeah, what's this house?
I just stare at you.
That's what the orders I got to give you guys was go to the house. I don't know.
There's only one house I know of.
I mean, there's lots of houses.
Yeah.
What's
Based on our
okay.
experiences.
There's several still.
There's one house that was kind of a pain in the ass.
There's also one house with it in kind of its title. So I mean, it's called the Dorchester House. So
That's
I mean,
also
We're
that or Barbara's house, one of the two.
Oh, is that what you were thinking?
Yeah.
Barbara's house?
It's the only actual house we went to and spent a lot of time in.
Yeah, but
Should we
the orders were to the house and all those within. So there wasn't. Well, I don't know. There was some weird things in Barbara's house that you've
but
seen.
There wasn't anyone within.
Yeah.
No,
There
but
was someone within.
There was more
someone...
read it again, please.
I'll read it exactly as written. It says you have three objectives. Provide the following updated order. The house and all those within is your new primary directive. Investigate thoroughly. Provide new intel, which will arrive via carrier, which was the packet we got. And 3, support the field team in any way you can.
Okay, I thought there was...
So you haven't been briefed on anything we've been doing?
No.
What kind of jobs do you usually do for
just
Mr. Falcone?
I kind of already told you he's an extortionist. I try to,
You a button man?
I'm at the bottom of the totem pole, so I'm doing all the grunt work still.
Coffee, that sort of thing. Got you.
If you need me to break into a place, I could probably break you into a place.
Have you worked with federal agents before? Have you worked in...
Oh, no. We typically avoid federal agents. It's typically not our business.
Bummer, bro.
I mean, we do have some of them on our pay. We do have some of them on our payroll, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But typically, no. Federal agents is typically what we stay away from.
We all just make the Leonardo DiCaprio meme face. Doesn't like federal agents.
I never said I didn't like them. I just said we don't work with them, typically.
How long of a drive is it to Dorchester? Because we could fill him in on info.
Hour and a half.
Hold on.
That's sort of an out of game discussion.
So, the program, does that mean anything to you?
No. Yes, it does. In what sense?
You know the basics. You're an asset.
Okay.
If we show you a little green triangle, you should recognize.
Well,
that
that's not what I was playing off of.
I know you kind of went rogue. It's fine.
You didn't give me no other more descriptive. I
kind of thought basic knowledge of the program was kind of a thing, and then you started making Batman references, and I kind of lost it a little bit. So I figured we'd let it play out.
Well, why didn't
criminal just shows up with no connection to the program? I'm going to shoot your ass in this garage.
What I was saying.
That's why I was letting it happen.
The connection I was going to make was my boss has connections to the program, and he's just telling me to follow through. I'm a grunt at the moment, so I'm going to do what he says.
Okay.
You are read in on the program at least a little bit.
Okay.
You may not be a consultant, you may not be a whatever, but you are aware.
The organization I work for has helped them out, so I am aware of their existence, I guess.
And I not get the sense that he knows much of what is going on, if at all, but he is connected enough that he's aware of some things.
So yeah, you guys can just give me the details on the way there. We don't got to roleplay that out because that would take forever.
What is the plan?
Okay. It's like mid-morning. I still don't feel like we should go until mid-afternoon. Otherwise, we're just kind of sitting on our hands until it's night. I feel like.
What time do the patients have to go to bed? I don't remember what their
people started leaving at leaving time normal, like 5:30, right? Last time we were there.
Yeah, I mean, you get the idea that there was a shift change-ish of some sort.
Well, that's not what I'm talking. I'm not talking about the staff shift change. I'm talking about what time are these individuals forced into their cells and forced to sleep for the night? Because if we wanted to get there and talk to people, we need to do that.
I'm sure that's not till like 8 or 9.
Yeah, I think
I don't know what
they were discovered at
schedule
8,
they keep
shortly
over there.
after.
I mean, this is late summer, so sundown is getting around 7-ish, probably.
Lucas is right. There would be contextual evidence because I believe the tape said something about when they went missing.
Yeah, it was like,
and it was earlier than one would think.
Yeah.
I just don't remember what it is.
We consult.
It wasn't. I didn't think it was that late.
Because that was part of the thing that I had
found
to go back
at
and forth.
8:11. Okay, so the first Enrique was found at 8:11 missing.
Yeah, that's not unreasonable.
So they could have gone to bed at 8 or like 7:30.
I doubt they go to bed at 7:30.
I don't know.
Well, maybe
I don't know what the protocol is over there.
I want to say 8 o'clock was because they were doing the room checks. To make
you could
sure
probably
everybody was
Google
out.
visiting hours.
You could theoretically Google visiting hours.
Yeah, but visiting hours would be, again, like we're talking mid-morning. We're not talking about going there until...
It's also a fancy place, so it's probably by appointment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, look, Lucas, you guys go ahead and keep going.
That's
I'll
fine.
try and find some more details.
I just want to make sure we don't miss out a chance to talk to people because they've gone to bed already.
Well, the Dorchester house will be there tomorrow and the next day.
Well, that's fair.
Sure. I'm just thinking if we have time, let's do some research. Let's keep looking through this file folder. Let's figure out how we're going to deal with Winston, because that is going to be coming, whether or not we want to address it.
So I don't know that the house in reference to what is the Dorchester house necessarily, because it's talking about this guy's talking about like weird things happening. It seems like more like in an apartment building or a hotel. I don't know if it's where we've been staying, but this does not seem like even like a residential house. So if the new directive is to investigate the house, I don't think it's any place that we've been yet. I mean, there's reference to an elevator. Like, elevators aren't usually in regular houses. That's why I'm thinking it's some sort of apartment building, probably.
Wait, so you're assuming that the house that we're supposed to investigate is the one that Quiver is mentioning?
Why else would we give? Why else would we be given that transcript?
Fair question, I suppose, but that place wasn't. Is it? What's the name of the building she went missing in?
The McCormick.
I don't think
McAllister.
It's the McAllister building.
I don't
right?
think
Not
the I don't think the instructions
house.
would have been that vague though when it just says the house.
And none of us would have the context that this is. That's what that's talking about, unless we've encountered Operation Alice before. But I don't know if we've made that connection.
I don't think so.
So I don't think McAllister would be on our radar.
I'm not trying to metagame. I mean, I'm not trying to metagame McAllister, but I am literally saying from that description, it does not sound like a normal house or a house that we've like. I mean, I suppose the Dorchester house has an elevator, but if we're supposed to be investigating a house, then and we're given this transcript at the same time, then I'm assuming we're supposed to be investigating whatever they're talking about in this transcript.
Right, but they probably would have been more specific on where to go.
No, they wouldn't. Have you been with the program before?
No.
He doesn't know what triangles are.
Daniel, will you read those directives again?
Yeah. You have 3 objectives. Provide the following updated order. The house and all those within is your new primary directive.
Is house capitalized?
The house are both capital.
Okay.
Hearing this, he would not necessarily be reading.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
Okay, well, I guess that's true.
Was it inflected as if it was
The
capitalized?
house.
I mean, probably.
I found the relative passage that Lucas was looking for, just so you know. Dallin says that at 8:11 p.m. on 28th August 2015, the patients vanished from their rooms.
2.
Each patient had been locked in their room, as they almost always were, sedated and under bed restraint between 6 p.m. and 6:34 p.m.
That's what I thought. It was really early.
2.
Okay,
Provide
that's
new
good to
intel, which will arrive via carrier. 3. Support the field team in any way you can.
Again, that's not that early. I mean, it's early for us to think that we're going to bed, but
I mean, it's like old people's bedtime.
sundown is, they don't want to be watching these people for 12 hours a day. I mean, again, maybe it is talking about the Dorchester house. But, if we're talking about the house and we were given this transcript with a building with an elevator in it.
Well, we know Abigail Wright was on our radar, but we don't know much about that lead.
I don't think enough to connect it, but I think if we were looking for any
Well, like I
clue
said,
here-
well, her name was on our radar, so it's the
but
girl.
they don't mention.
They stated you find the girl, but it's also the code name is Operation Alice. So, if I was to read that, my in-game character would be like, "Oh, the girl's name was probably Alice because it's Operation Alice."
Not if it's a DG.
No, it
Yeah,
would be.
It would not.
It would
that
be
on the
a
nose.
clever name. So again, if you want to go down that rabbit hole,
Yeah.
as it were,
Well, there was a tiny door in another house.
there was a tiny door in the
And something took your quarter, or whatever it was.
house.
Can't remember what you put in there.
I was having a conversation with that person at one point via a piece of paper and a pen.
Didn't you put a quarter in there or something and it took it?
Yes.
I want my money back, damn it.
Put another nickel in.
So one thing Unknown does say, for now, he will be relocated to a secure facility for additional observation. That, I mean, the implication could be that
we as
Quiver
part of
ended up in...
We as part of the program, we're aware that cells used to exist, right?
Yes.
So in that time frame, Q cell would have existed. So Quiver is probably not his real name. We wouldn't know what his real name is. He could be in the Dorchester
So he
house.
could have been one of the four.
I was honestly thinking that Agent Quiver may be in Dorchester House since we first
That's what I'm saying.
investigated
He might
it,
be
but-
in the asylum somewhere. We don't know what his name is though.
I don't know. Like, I see that train of thought, but I can't think of anything else the house could be referring to.
Let's do what we've been planning. Go to Dorchester.
I think we start with the Dorchester.
Maybe we can talk to Dallin and say, hey, does Quiver, in reference to a patient, make any kind of sense? If not, can we question your patience?
And he's probably going to give us the same.
We have that date. If he was sent to the Dorchester house at that time frame,
July 12th.
it would be in the record.
Yeah, somewhere around or after, July 12th.
Well, I don't know if the addendum or whatever it is the same date as the manuscript, though.
Well, yeah, it does sound like this was written by a person who was transcribing the...
Yeah, but you got to imagine the date's going to be pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, we know it. I mean,
somebody in
somewhere within
July,
the summer of
August,
2013, at least.
Time.
For all we know, we've already talked to Agent Quiver.
Exactly. Yeah, we don't know.
But we don't know. So that's another thread though that we now have to like pull on. So
Grady, does static protocol ring a bell?
For the audience, I'm shaking my head as I walk in with another piece of pizza. Please continue.
He was asking you a question, I think, right? Were you asking him a question? Oh, you shook his head no.
Yeah.
I was letting the audience know static protocol doesn't mean anything.
To me, it reads as they were supposed to put a bullet in his head because that's what static protocol originally would call for. But for some reason, unknown didn't, or higher ups, A cell didn't want that to happen. So that's why he got moved somewhere else. Because it sounds like Marcus wanted to not personally put a bullet in his head, but was saying, hey, shouldn't we off this guy? Because that's what status protocol calls for. That's how I read it. But, and they said, no, we're not doing that. We're doing something else. And that's when they decided to move him to wherever.
From wherever, Wayne, whatever.
Status protocol is probably what happened to our first original 4 characters. So,
Static protocol dictates immediate action be taken to prevent any potential dissemination. So yeah, I mean, if their fear is containment or their focus is containment, then static protocol is a way of containing that, which
it looks like they went off the normal process.
According to that transcript, yeah.
Yeah, if they took him somewhere.
Yes, they don't. That's
to
something they don't.
Secure facility. So did they take him to the Dorchester house where he then infected others?
This could be where the King in Yellow all started too. I mean, the book.
I think the book started way before that. I mean, we're getting like, remember the file folder.
Yeah, we've already had dates of like 1890.
No,
Yeah.
I'm talking about. I think maybe that's how the book expanded at Dorchester House, because remember we there a while ago we got a clue that there was a book rotating in the Dorchester House, and we never found it. Does anyone else remember that?
No, I don't think that's the case. It was mentioned that books existed, and we tried to track down what books they had, but nothing was really of importance.
Because we were told not to touch a book.
Yeah,
So of course we went looking for it.
exactly. The first thing I said was, "I want to see your library."
Okay, well, then.
But something's tickling the back of my brain. Like, what was there something like there was a book that was being disseminated in the Dorchester house, or why that sounds familiar now that you say it.
Are you talking about Marbus's orders?
No, it was like a concern with.
I thought there was a book that was rotating in the Dorchester House, and we never really found the book, but we only came to the conclusion that it was the King in Yellow, but we never actually found a copy.
I think it was just that all of the members that disappeared came in contact with a book. Was the orders? Was the instruction we were given?
Yes.
I don't think it was mentioned. I don't think it specified that the book was within the Dorchester house. They just came in contact with.
But
the
if
book.
they're in the door, so what members? The patients that went missing.
Right.
So all the patients, all the patients that are in the Dorchester house came into contact with a book outside the Dorchester house.
That's my assumption. Yes.
I mean, possibly.
Okay.
I don't think we were given specifics. I mean, but they all did come here at pretty varying times too.
Before their incarceration, each of these operatives came in contact with a book known to have unnatural properties. The book goes by many titles.
Okay. So that clarifies that.
Specifics about it are restricted by the group.
So then,
The recovery of any book in this operation is to be reported. Barring a cursory examination for title and author, any such book is not to be read.
Those are
And-
Barbas's orders.
Those are Barbas's orders.
Which
Agent
is-
Exeter gave you that at
which was
Gateway
weird
Bridges
because
restaurant.
he was printing off copies in his house.
So
He was printing off copies in his house, but didn't want us to come into contact with it, or if we did, report it to him. Maybe he was concerned there was false copies going around.
before those four came into contact with this book before arriving at the Dorchester house.
That is what Exeter would have told you.
Okay. So do we have a rough estimate based on his mail when Barbas started to kind of go dark?
Correct. You do.
Yeah, it was. He was put on leave in late June.
Okay. And he visited the D house
Early June.
Okay. So we're starting to get.
Do we want to first go to Barbas's workplace and try to throw around our badges or whatever and try to figure out what happened to him before going to the Dorchester house?
Do you want to walk into a police station?
I like the idea that
I
your
am
character
here-
has a badge.
I am here to support. I don't have a badge. I'm just here to support you guys. This is me talking out a game.
I'll buy you some pom poms.
Go team. Because like you said, we have a little bit of time to spare. So do we want to try to at least? I mean, the worst they're going to do is just not give us information.
I mean, that's not a bad idea. Again, we do have badges, so we can be like, hey, we're here to investigate these characters in connection with this. We need to see whatever evidence you have, federal supersedes, blah, blah, blah.
After these guys gave me a weird details of what happened and what happened to the previous crew, I want to stop off at a library and look through some local newspapers and see if there was an obituary for Barbas.
Sure. You also have the internet on your phone, so I mean, you don't have to go to a library.
I don't know how often they put those things online.
They do it nowadays.
Yeah, they do.
All right, I'll do it on my phone. I want to look for an obituary for Barbas.
The time frame that they provide, there is an obituary for Elias Barbas.
So there is, at least he has been confirmed dead.
What's it say?
I don't know.
Sort of long time state police, Massachusetts State Police, blah, 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 20 years in the service.
Really
Any
ashy
family?
skin. Really ashy skin that would never go away.
You are so racist. It's disgusting.
The guy turned into a bunch of pieces of paper.
No next of kin.
Okay.
It seems very generic, and for the details that you guys know, very vague. There's not even notification of a funeral or anything.
So there's no brother, no sister, no father, no mother, no survived by, nothing.
No.
That's
I
really
wonder
odd.
who even bothered.
I like this idea
Okay,
of going
so here's
to
the thing.
the state police.
Here's the thing. Yeah, we should go there first. How did they know Barbas was dead? Obviously, they saw him shoot
They
himself.
ventilated him.
They what?
They ventilated him.
Where?
When?
In front of all of you.
Yeah.
Remember the whole head exploding like a watermelon on his front lawn?
Did one of us get off the last shot?
Yes,
I
but
don't
they
remember.
never
But I
actually
think the cops.
they
lit
never
his ass
actually
up.
they never actually found a body. So why would they deem him dead?
Yeah, why would he even have an obituary? That's what doesn't make sense to me.
Am I going crazy?
No, you're not going crazy.
He turned into a bunch of pieces of paper.
I don't think that.
I think that was a cinematic moment where we saw paper flutter. I think Homeboy got domed and fell and
Yeah.
was dead.
I
I think that was cinematic.
I think he just
Hey.
had paper falling out of his pockets.
Jeff, please cut back the previous episode because I feel like it's a nice interrupt point to toss that bit in here. And we're back. He really spent a long time editing that bit, so figure I give him a chance to give it a call back a few
Okay.
episodes later.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, you all previous characters, 2 previous characters for you, saw him fucking destroyed by local PD who unloaded. I believe I even described it as one man reloads. Like, they put hella bullets downrange into his body.
And then
I know we seen him physically
And then you
die.
all got arrested.
Okay. I guess I just had to rehear what happened. Maybe it was just a cinematic effect, but I thought he literally turned into pieces of paper.
that was the way I heard it.
No. Pretty sure his
I mean,
piece of
I
paper
didn't-
fell out of his pockets or something.
Yeah. We like because we were like on the ground.
Who has
and
that
we
many?
saw
Who has that
papers.
much paper flying out?
He
The
was
way-
He was
Crinkly.
crinkly. He had paper all in him. I'm guessing he just had copies of the book just loosely.
just carrying it
his-
around with him everywhere.
if his goal
All
was
right.
to disseminate this
Okay.
and print books, and
All right. Let's go talk to his workplace.
I
move-
think
let's move on.
one of the goals here needs to be, so if we have the 4 come into contact with the book before they go to this place, Barbas goes there, and then after he goes there, he goes dark, right? We have some space to fill. Like, why did he go there? Who activated him? Et cetera, et cetera.
What made him do what he wanted? What made him do what he started doing? Basically.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, if the book makes you go crazy, maybe the book.
Right, but how did he first find the book? Did someone give it to him? He got
I
got that.
mean, I get the sense that there is where he
He got that postcard.
came into contact with
He
it.
got that postcard from somebody in Carcosa, at least from what it sounded
What's the
like.
date on that? Well, that was among his mail. That,
Yes.
Yeah, it was on the back.
Yeah,
porch or
but
something.
that's
So that seems like after he went after late June.
well, yeah, but he could have met this guy previous. Just because he got the postcard later doesn't mean he didn't meet this guy before, and this guy gave him the book to set this whole thing off.
And sent him to the Dorchester.
Possibly. But still a missing link.
Troy, you're being quiet and contemplative. Anything over there?
I'm just trying to fix the mic at the moment, but I mean, my thinking right at this moment is I like going to the police station and then going to the Dorchester house, and then we can meet with Winston and be like, hey, we've got these new new directives from somebody. No?
No. Deep voice on the phone. As soon as that he can confirm that did not come from the program, we're burned. Because, I mean, if this is the voice that we're getting through this demon phone from a demon company who answered our phone through a wall in a room that doesn't exist,
Wearing a mask and a robe.
as soon as we say we got this, I think the whole tension is these competing, like, who's activating who, what's the program, what is not the program.
I get
yes.
that, but at some point we're going to have to unravel that, and we're gonna have to get some answers. So one, we have now with this quiver and cells. So this happened some time ago when cells were in operation. So how else are we going to find out what information that is pertaining to more easier than getting somebody from the program? Now, if we're assuming that giving Winston information is bad, which I'm not saying that that's not a terrible conclusion, but at some point, like, the program has to realize we have to be fed some actionable information to be able to contain. Because like if you just keep sending in randos to do this to like over and over again, like you're gonna keep getting the same result. So
Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah, but the thing is, I think until we actually have some kind of answer or some kind of lead, they're just going to keep offing us.
But all we have are like tenuous leads. So we have are very thin threads to go by.
Yeah, we haven't connected the dots yet for anything. It's all we have all these leads all over here, and we haven't connected any of them yet.
So what do you want to do?
Go to
I'd like to see who Dallin was, or not Dallin, Barbas, like who he worked with, before he kind of went rogue, what he was working on.
So are you going to the state police or are you going to the
Yes.
crime lab?
Crime lab.
wherever he
Okay.
worked.
Well, he worked at the crime lab, but he did work for the state police. So, I mean, are you going to like his actual office or are you going to go to the organization?
We already
he
went
worked
to the state police, didn't we?
No, I don't
No, we
think
never
so.
did. They came to us.
Well,
They found us.
I mean, someone called them.
I called the fire department.
Probably wasn't a good idea. Oh, yeah, but police are going to show up. Especially if a man starts
I was
shooting
an
people.
old character. No more bad decisions.
Okay.
I mean, I think both places. I mean, if they are, I don't know how the distance between the two, but
Let's start
because
with,
if they still have evidence from that situation,
let's start with
we
the
need to get it.
Let's start with the crime lab, and then maybe we can go to the state police and look in his office if they allow us. If not, I got some locksmithing stuff. So
I don't think we're gonna break into the state police office, but thank you.
there's a lot of we in this.
Bill and Ted can do it.
Our title track and additional musical arrangements were provided by friend of the podcast, Ian Shannon. Find more of his work at sleepfortheweary.com. Like what you heard? Check out more episodes online at rancorsbrothel.com or the Rancors Brothel on Facebook. You can also interact with other listeners at the Fans of the Rancors Brothel Facebook page. Want to contact us? Reach out to @Rancors_Brothel on Twitter or via email at therancorsbrothel@gmail.com. Most of all, keep circulating the tapes. Much love, everyone.